Hey everybody, happy Monday. Kit here and welcome back to the channel. Sorry if I'm sounding a little sick. I'm not, it's just really bad allergies. 3 days going now, so this just might be my life for a little while, which really sucks. But yeah, so we are back with Through the Veil and with Alice and Adam. I did not realize that I basically got a 2 for the price of 1 during my gaming session for this. And I was going to do like one long episode, but honestly, the Adam and Alice part and then like with the Fate sisters would have been way too long, but that's okay. I am trying really hard to get videos done for the rest of October because I'm moving into my apartment and it's kind of all up in the air. So that just means Through the Veil is pretty much taken care of for the foreseeable little bit, which is awesome. So yeah, one last part with both of them, and then Adam is taken care of in the next episode, so I do apologize for that. And then also send me good luck, because I accidentally did something. I accidentally did something. Y'all will see in the next episode. It was not planned. So now I'm like, I don't know what to do. Oopsie. But anyway, yeah, enough of me rambling. Let's dive right into this, shall we? Weeks have gone by in a blur since that horrible day. Alice didn't quite remember what happened. But complications sprang up in her final trimester of pregnancy. Preeclampsia. It sounded made up. The doctor talked to Adam instead of Alice, telling him that she had higher than normal blood pressure, and she should drink lots of water, exercise, and if it gets worse, be put on medication. It all seemed so foggy. Adam hovered a lot. Wherever she went, he was there. He wouldn't tell her exactly what happened that night, why he insisted she keep her face covered with a bandage, why she must work from home. All he would say is that she had an accident and he didn't want to stress her any more than necessary. He was caring, but she did not feel safe with him. She found herself unable to sleep or settle. Often she stared longingly out the window to the city and envisioning the world beyond. Was this all there was to life? She felt a stirring for something more, but her memory was so scrambled she couldn't quite remember it. It was lonely here, and frightening too. Something was wrong with her eyes, but Adam said they needed to get more money first. He didn't tell her why. But as time went on, she slowly began to remember the hurtful words. The quiet tears shed when no one was looking. The desperate wish that she could go home. Her pride and fear that stopped her from walking out of that door when she had the chance. Now she was pregnant and stuck. She fell out of love with the monster disguised as a man. But it was too little too late. She felt safer napping on the couch or during the day than sleeping beside him at night. He allowed it, for now. He didn't know she was beginning to remember. Eventually the bandage came off for good, but Alice avoided mirrors, too afraid of what she might see. Until she had to fix the sink. She was too afraid to ask Adam. He was in a horrible mood most days. The closer the due date got, really. Being this close to seeing herself, to seeing what Adam had done to her, it raised her blood pressure. It wasn't good for her, she knew that, but eventually she would have to come face to face with the brutal reality of her situation. Her scar felt tender to the touch. It was still healing, but it likely would never go away. emotional scars on her heart, and a physical one on her face. Always a reminder. That and the unwanted life she carried inside of her. As for Adam, his deadline was getting closer. Alice was expensive. The pregnancy crap, the meds, her poor work performance as of late, and then the medical supplies for his temper tantrum. That 15 grand seemed like a pipe dream now. But Alice wasn't working out. Maybe they would just take her off of his hands and that might be his debt paid in full? Maybe. As the days dragged on, it became harder for Alice to hide her memory returning. Her preeclampsia acted up more often and it was difficult to control her facial expressions. He would find out soon. She had to figure something out. If she could. Adam was forced to help out more during this time, his own needs kicking his butt into gear. It was a filthy environment and he hated it. He couldn't risk anyone seeing this. If he had surprise visitors, that is. Alice was struggling as her due date got closer. She still didn't want the baby. She didn't want to be here. But she couldn't fight him. And he was watching her like a hawk, so she couldn't run. And even though she didn't want the baby, she didn't want it to be here with him. No one deserved that fate. Certainly not when the man was a ticking time bomb. She had to get out of here. And as he watched her one day, he realized that none of this was going the way he wanted. She was supposed to be malleable, easy, willing to do his bidding no matter what. When had that changed? She was more work than he had signed up for, really. But her attitude as of late? She had to remember, didn't she? But he would have to be careful, suss her out like the criminals at work. How's that column going, doll? Fine. Fine, huh? He hadn't seen her working on it. She had promised him it would be done this week. He needed that money. Oh, so it's done? Show me. I am eating right now, Adam. I'll show you later. Adam. Not Boo. She remembered. His phone dinged, a reminder that his deadline was coming up. He would have to arrange for a phone call soon. Just because he wasn't willing to kill his kid didn't mean there weren't other options. All right, Alice, listen up. You will finish that article and you will write 3 more this evening. We need that money. Otherwise, it's you on the line. Is that clear? Fear struck her heart once again. Was there ever going to be an end to this nightmare? And as Alice hid her tears and went to do as he said, fearing the repercussions otherwise, he was thrilled, happy. Perhaps this could work out for him after all. As for Alice, there didn't seem like there was a light at the end of this tunnel. But she had to try to keep up hope. There had to be one. Somewhere. But there were just days her body betrayed her, damaging her fragile psyche even more. Seriously, just how much more could she take? Her dreams are her only escape. She always found herself on dusty plains, hoarse neighs in the background, a babbling stream nearby. Adam let her sleep on the bed, playing his games on guard duty all night, and doing his best to ignore the noisy neighbors. But when he tried to join her in bed, she couldn't handle it. Get back in the bed. No, I won't do it. I'll stay in here. I'm just going to sleep on the ottoman. Alice. No, Adam. She couldn't do it. She really couldn't do this anymore. She'd rather die. She was better than this. She couldn't give up hope. She had to get out. Trying was better than nothing. She just needed to wait for the right time to try her plan. She had no money, nothing to her name. He had contacts everywhere. He had her phone. The odds were not in her favor. But there was no fear anymore. She was so afraid there was no meaning to the emotion anymore. All she knew was that she couldn't stay here anymore. Wouldn't. Alrighty, and that is the end of part 12 of Through the Veil, the Adam and Alice prequel. Oh boy. Well, there's a fire lit. Alice is determined now to figure out some means of escape. Little does she know the dysfunctional cavalry is quite literally on the way. Very dysfunctional. Very, very dysfunctional. It's okay. It's all good. But don't worry, our girl is getting out, and I am so looking forward to that. So, yeah. Thank you guys for bearing with me. I know it's not always, like, super duper, you know, family friendly content and everything else, but it's a story I wanted to share. I wanted to tell it, and I'm grateful that I have a space to do so. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And don't give up hope, guys. Don't give up hope. Keep fighting. So yeah. I will see you all possibly another time. So yeah. And hopefully next week I will have a better voice, but most likely not. So yeah. But yeah. Sorry. Don't really have much to say, so I'm just going to wrap this up. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great week, guys. Bye!